So yung introduction is breakthroughs in frontier technologies are expected to bring about transformative changes in the economy and society. So yung frontier technologies offers new solutions and hold the promise of helping countries to achieve the sustainable goals. So dito, tinutukoy din nila yung yung pag-innovate ng mga technology natin is pwede siyang maka-improve ng country talaga, no. So makatulong din sa environment at saka dun sa mismong society natin. So pero dito sa article na 'to, nabanggit din na dapat merong magandang collaboration yung ating government when it comes to business and academy, tsaka dun sa ating society. So nabanggit din dito na yung mga bansa tulad ng China, Japan, and yung included dito na South Korea. Mapapansin natin mamaya, 'no, dun sa discussion na mas nag-focus sila dun sa mga AI technology. Ah, Tapos yung sa curriculum nila, ini-include din nila yung mga yung mga subjects na programming, AI technologies, tapos yung mga higher math, 'no. So dun pa lang sa curriculum nila, medyo ini-improve na nila na mas nag-focus sila dun sa programming skills ng mga students nila. Kasi ito din yung mas in-aim nila na maging nila, goal nila sa technology nila. So mamaya isa-isahin naman siya dun sa Japan, China, and then yung sa South Korea. So tinutukoy din dito na yung technology can revive the following, 'no. Yung productivity, provide resources to end poverty, and mitigate environmental degradation.
Hello, good morning. Ako po bang nawala or hindi natin marinig si Sir Espino?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Ay, sorry ma'am, na-mute yata. Napindot ko yung
Okay. Sige, sir.
sige.
Thank you.
Narinig po ba yung sa early adopters? Sige, start na lang ulit ako dito, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Opo. So based dito sa article na napili ko, meron kasi siyang apat na tinutukoy. So yung China, yung Japan, Republic of Korea, and yung Singapore. Pero since 3 lang yung included dun sa report, so hanggang dun ako sa part ng Republic of Korea, no? So all of these above mentioned countries establish policies relating to artificial intelligence, no? So dito pa lang tinutukoy na mas nag-focus sila dun sa artificial intelligence and for the fourth industrial revolution. So dito meron silang apat na tinutukoy, no, sa mga bansang 'to na ini-improve din nila, no, yung artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things, and yung 3D printing. So yung next is dito rin, no, meron sa key policies, issues in frontier technologies. Even though na alam natin na malaking improvement ng technology talaga sa isang particular country, meron din siyang tinutukoy na konting issues, no. So mabanggit naman siya dito. So basahin ko muna, no. The potential impacts of frontier technologies can be broad-ranging, including both opportunities for and risks to the achievement of the sustainable development goals. They have the potential to generate economic growth by increasing productivity and creating new markets. So they can improve the following, no. Generate economic growth by increasing new markets, healthcare, and educational services. Ano yung mga issues na binanggit dito sa article, no? So meron siyang dalawang tinukoy, yung addressing the future of works, which is yung AI, and then yung pangalawa yung personal data protection and privacy, no. Alam natin na particularly yung AI is medyo related siya sa robotics, no. So sila ine-expect natin na mag-change yung number ng workers natin sa industry and magbago rin ng nature of jobs. Kaya lang medyo nabanggit din dito na possible din since robotics na yung mag-function sa industry, possible din medyo mabawasan yung labor of manpower natin. So yun yung isang issue niya. So yung pangalawa is yung personal data protection and privacy. No, so medyo familiar naman tayo dito, no, kasi alam natin na malaki at maraming data yung kadalasang gina-gather dito at tina-transfer from one party to another location. So 'pag nagkakaroon kasi ng misuse, nagkakaroon din ng unauthorized access, 'no, nagre-result sila dito sa reputational damage, financial losses, and threats for personal society. Ay, personal safety pala. So ito siya 'no, yung key. So dito 'no, yan nabanggit na addressing the future of works, personal data protection and privacy. So ito yung tinutukoy kanina sa issues. So next, punta na tayo dun sa mga sa mga ano, sa mga country na tinutukoy dito sa article na 'to, which is yung nauna is yung China. So China has introduced a wide range of policies and strategies to support the development and adoption of frontier technologies. So it has both sector specific policies and technology specific policies. So they are directed towards the following 'no. Number one diyan yung smart manufacturing, smart cities, and intelligent vehicles 'no. And yung number three, ito yung mga plano nila 'no, to advance its position in AI system, to achieve breakthroughs in AI theory by 2025 and global leadership by 2030. So makikita natin 'no, na mas nag-focus talaga yung China when it comes to dun sa AI system. Yung next is frontier technologies are a high level policy priority for the government of China. So yung government nila is tinarget yung mga building capabilities for smart cities, AI technology, and smart manufacturing. At included na rin yung intelligent vehicles. So the central government has heavily invested in building frontier technology capabilities for the future economy. So dito medyo nagpo-promote sila ng smart manufacturing and mas nag-i-invest sila sa AI technology talaga. So medyo talagang sa article na part ng China na 'to, mas talagang ini-emphasize nila yung AI technology. And yung number six, the government is closely collaborating with large private sector companies in both research and development and in the implementation of frontier technologies. And yung number seven, China is emphasizing AI education and training at multiple levels to prepare its workforce for the future. So yun, nabanggit ko kanina na isa yung AI 'no, sa mga dina-direct ng mga frontier na technology natin 'to, so mas nagfo-focus sila dito. And nag-introduce sila dun sa mga AI courses nila sa school. So more on AI education yung tinuturo nila at mas dine-develop nila yung more on programming skills ng mga students nila. So China strengthened data protection and data security. So dito naman meron silang in-implement na law 'no, nag-enforce sila ng law na kailangan i-balance 'no, at magkaroon ng collection at data ng transfer sa maayos na paraan na walang nagkakaroon ng personal issues, yan tulad sa nabanggit kanina.
Hello sir,
Ay,
naka-mute ka ulit po, 'yan.
hello, sorry. Sorry ma'am, na-mute pala ulit. So narinig po ba yung sa part na ito? Yung
Mukhang, hindi po sir, hindi po.
sige po, ulitin ko na lang siguro. So yung dito is yun nga, so yung frontier technologies are a high level policy priority of the uh, government of China. So dito, tina-target nila yung mga building capabilities nila for smart cities, AI technologies, and smart manufacturing. Tsaka yung mga intelligent vehicles. So diyan sila mas nagfo-focus. Tapos yun number five, the central government has heavily invested in building frontier technology capabilities for the future economy. So dito medyo nagpo-promote talaga sila ng smart manufacturing at mas nag-iinvest sila sa AI technology. Yun nga nabanggit kanina na isa yung AI technology talaga sa pino-promote ng mga ganitong, bansa. So yung number six, the government is closely collaborating with large private sectors companies in both research and development and in the implementation of frontier technologies. So yung seven is China is emphasizing AI education and training at multiple levels to prepare its workforce for the future. So yun nga, dito rin yung curriculum nila is in-improve din nila. Nagpasok din sila ng mga AI courses, programming courses. So dito pa lang, dun pa lang sa mga students nila, medyo mas ini-improve na nila yung capability ng student when it comes to programming and AI courses. And China has strengthened data protection and data security. So yung next, so ito yung ano nila, policy, strategy, and plan. So yan, yung smart manufacturing made in China, so yung action plan, intelligent manufacturing development, development plan for the robotics industry. Tapos yung smart cities nila 'no, yun nabanggit din kanina 'no, na mas nagfo-focus sila sa mga smart manufacturing, smart cities, intelligent vehicles. So yan yung mga ano nila, policy, strategy, and plan. So ito rin, ito pala, yan din sa artificial intelligence 'no, Internet Plus, new generation, tapos yung yan, and yung blockchain technology nila. Yung next is yung Japan naman po. So Japan's frontier technology policies are holistic, cutting across multiple sectors and technologies, and are aimed at leveraging frontier technologies for economic growth and at addressing social challenges. So ito naman yung dinadirect ng ano, ng mismong Japan 'no, na medyo same din naman sa ano, sa China 'no. So yung number one is social and environmental changes, economic development and industrial growth, improving improving regulatory environment for innovation, promoting inclusive innovation and building public trust through dialogue and collaboration with industry, academia, and citizen. So yun nga, medyo dito ini-improve din nila ulit 'no, sa academy ng mga students natin when it comes dun sa AI pa rin natin. Kasi ito yung plan nila 'no, to promote the concept of super smart society. So yan yung frontier technologies are a policy priority at the highest level of government, and several institutions have been established to support their development. And dito, Japan has instituted several measures to strengthen its frontier technologies capabilities. So dito, same ng China, no? Nag-invest din sila sa R&D infrastructures, nag-promote din sila ng technology diffusion, at yung government nila nagkaroon ng magandang collaboration between dun sa society and saka dun sa academic. So dito kasi binanggit din sa article na dun din sa curriculum din nila mas binibigyang priority din nila at mas ini-improve din nila yung IT skills ba, yung programming, and when it comes to AI technology. So yung number 3 is Japan is revising its education curricula to develop skills that prepare its workforce for the future economy. So yun nga 'no, yun nga nag-revise sila ng curriculum 'no, nag-improve sila 'no. Ang aim nila is yung programming, yung IT, and yung mathematical in higher education is mas ma-improve pa nila. So yung number 4 yun yung last is Japan has been a global norm sharper, promoting AI and R&D guidelines and principles that ensures a human-centric focus. So yung last po is, so ito pala 'no, yung policy strategy and plan nila 'no. So yung last po is yung Republic of Korea. So yung the Republic of Korea has this human-centric approach towards frontier technologies, placing them at the center of technological breakthroughs and emphasizing coexistence and collaboration between humans and machines as a core value in the future. So ayan, halos kaparehas din ng Japan and China 'no. Number one is they introduce robotics, Internet of Things, and they also introduce 3 to 5 year intelligent robot master plans and related strategies. They aggressively expanding the production of industrial robot. They have specific strategies in smart manufacturing, fintech, and smart government. And last, they also promote smart factories that embrace automation. So ito yung mga keywords naman ni ano, ni Korea. So frontier technology policy is a primary policy directive of the government of the Republic of Korea, coordinated through a high-level presidential committee. So dito nag-develop sila ng multiple sector and technology plans to achieve yung particular na aim nila. And yung number 2, the Republic of Korea is building its frontier technology capabilities through large investments in R&D. No, same nung kanina no, nung Japan, and in incentivizing private sectors investment in focus area. So number 3, the Republic of Korea is nurturing software and IT skills to prepare its workforce for the future. Same pa rin ng kanina no, nung sa Japan and China. So talagang mas naka-focus din sila dun sa pag-improve ng software, IT skills, no? And then yung last, the Republic of Korea has very stringent regulation on personal data protection and privacy. Tas ito yung policy, strategy, and plan nila. So number 1 yung intelligent robots, smart manufacturing, tapos yung advanced IT and AI nila, and Internet of Things. So yan din, cloud computing. So more on IT talaga yung yung fino-focus ng Republic of Korea. And multiple smart and open government. So yung mga comparative assessment lang, no, over the past few years, the government of China, Japan, Republic of Korea have formulated a wide range of policies to facilitate the development and adoption of frontier technologies. So yan, yung Japan, China, at saka Republic of Korea. So ito yung assessment sa kanila, sa kanilang tatlo. So ito pala yung pinanggalingan ng report ko, no. Evolution of Science, Technology, and Innovation Policies for Sustainable Development. So dito included yung China, Japan, Republic of Korea, and Singapore. So dito sa article ko na ito nag-base. So yun lang po. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Espino. So
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, sir. Okay, so thank you for your comprehensive report or presentations on developed countries, the science and technology policies on developed countries. And what have you observed? I think there are common denominators for developed country. One of which is, of course, they invest heavily on R&D. Tama po ba? So you would notice talagang malaki ang investment nila sa R&D. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am, tama po. More on talagang nag-focus sila dun sa research and development.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
lalo na dun sa pag-revise ng curriculum nila, yun yung medyo mas na pinpoint ko rito na parang maganda rin, no, sa part natin dito sa Pilipinas kung ma-implement din natin yung part ng natin, ng curriculum na more on software programming. So ito na kasi yung sa tingin ko na technology na trends talaga ngayon, eh. So kung sa tingin kong maipapasok din sa curriculum natin 'to, tingin ko puwede rin natin ma-achieve yung ginagawa nung tatlong bansang binanggit ko, yung China, Japan, and South Korea. Kasi pa lang, initial pa lang, 'no, estudyante pa lang yung bata, kaya na mag-develop ng software, kaya ng magpatakbo ng isang AI. So, yun yung common denominator din na talagang napansin ko dun sa tatlong na
Yes,
'to,
sir.
bansa na 'to. So maganda yung nila, yung strategy nila, 'no. So education pa lang dun sa student, mas maganda na yung foundation, 'no. Ano pa 'pag dumating siya sa college, 'no, nag-improve siya. So talagang maganda yung mararating niya when it comes to dun sa software development.
I think that's true. Kasi they have what you call yung academia industry partnership, especially in Japan. So yun po yung kanilang isa sa mga pina-implement yung tawag nila dun is academic research and collaborations with industry partners. So you would notice nga na during their I think elementary days, nakita mo naman especially Japan, Korea, they can already fabricate and make their own robot. Tama po ba? Elementary pa lang,
Kasi
nasa curriculum na nila yun eh.
Oo, mas maganda nga yun elementary pa lang kasi dun pa lang medyo mas nahahasa na yung thinking ng bata na eto na yung track na pupuntahan since yung country natin is specializing dun sa technology. Ramdam naman natin yan at kita natin lalo na yun sa Japan na yan. So, yun mas maganda talaga na ipapasok sa curriculum talaga, sa tingin ko, yung mga technology when it comes to AI, software, and programming.
That's it. So other additional thoughts you can share with us? Bakit kaya sila naging developed countries? I think yun yung kanilang secret eh. And they are looking on and they are implementing long-term vision goals. So I guess isa pang maganda dito sa mga developed countries, yung historical strengths nila in terms of innovation. So nasa culture talaga nila na they have to help everyone. Okay, so yun ang medyo ano. Yes, sir. Sige, Sir Mark. Okay, can share something, Sir Mark?
Yes, sir, ma'am. Actually, yeah, I agree on that. Actually, yun din yung point ko on kung bakit nagta-thrive sa Japan, countries like Japan, Korea yung AI kasi they're looking for problems na gusto nilang i-solve. No? Gusto lang parang kung titingnan mo gusto lang i-automate lahat ng things na ginagawa nila on a daily basis, no? Be it for example yung mga smart appliances nila like yung mga vacuum yung part yun ng AI nila AI technologies nila and ayun siguro ayun they're just finding solutions para mas maging madali yung buhay nila kaya nagta-thrive sa kanila be it yung mga government offices nila no naka-automate na so
Smart,
yun
they are already, parang naka-smart technologies na sila eh. Everything
yeah,
is automated na.
correct, ma'am. And yun, nagda-drive din sila kasi may somehow nandun yung mga policies no in terms of regulating yung mga AI kasi eventually kapag kapag masyadong gumagamit ng AI malakas din ang dependency magiging dependency so yun nakahanap sila ng balance between innovation and pag-police ng mga AI technologies nila which is a good thing also.
I guess one also, a big factor also of yung improvement nila being the developed country is their culture. Parang historical culture nila. Tama po ba? Iba yung culture ng mga developed countries in terms of innovation talaga eh. Talagang they are serving, okay, they are serving the people for a better good talaga. Okay? Yes, sir. Sir Magat, can still add something?
Hello, ma'am. Dinig ako.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Sige po.
Akin, ma'am, ang ano ko diyan ay kasi I'm a Six Sigma practitioner. And, kasi sa continuous development nila, sila yung sa Six Sigma, yung Motorola. So, kapag may na-invent silang isa, and then i-continuous nila yan, wala silang tigil, plan, do, check, act. So yung anong na yon yung kanilang nakapokus sila ron. So sa ganung sistema na nagiging nape-perfect nila yung mga let's say innovation whatever na program hanggang ma-perfect nila. So hindi pa rin sila titigil. So hanggang sa maka-invent sila ng bagong mga technology dahil sa concept nga ng ng nakalimutan ko na yung yung sa Motorola yung gumawa ng Six Sigma yung plan do check up. So yun ma'am yung dahil sa concept na yun kaya patuloy silang nagde-develop yun sa simple hanggang sa complicated. Yun po yung aking yun po yung aking additional point.
Isa sa mga ginamit nila yung PDCA na tinatawag natin.
Yes, ma'am. Yung
PDCA.
Nakalimutan ko na kasi ma'am, sorry ma'am. Six Sigma ako, certified pero na-forget ko yung yung naka-invent. Sige po.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Sir Espino. I think if we will be adding another thing, a big factor on developed countries, meron silang centralized planning and funding. So everything is being supported by the government. So yun siguro din isa sa mga key factor why they are continually being known as a developed country. Okay? So thank you, Sir Espino. Okay, nandito na po yung ating first reporter, Sir Gusto. Nandito na po ba si Sir Gusto? May I call on Sir Gusto? Nandito na po? Ano po ba? Wala pa si Sir Gusto. Yeah. Check muna po tayo ng attendance. Just wait lang po. Nag-attendance. Okay, may I request everyone to please open their cam. So let's have first our attendance. Okay, so we have si Sir Agulan ba? Meron siyang meron po bang topic assigned to Sir Agulan? Parang wala.
Topic 4, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Topic
Sa 4 po.
number sa 4. Okay, so
Yes po.
Sir Agulan po. Okay. So Sir Agulan is here. Apostol. Sir Apostol, nandito po. Rafi Apostol.
Yes, ma'am. Andito.
Good morning, sir. Sir Bakar. Bakar. Wala po. Sir Mark de la Virgen.
Press po, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Ma'am Elisa Ditico.
Present po.
Okay, good morning.
Morning po.
Sir Espino, yung ating reporter po. Ano?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Present.
Ma'am Galang Ramos. Dito po. Wala pa. Okay, Sir Gusto. Sir Gusto, wala pa po. Sir Inaw. Sir
Dito po, ma'am.
Inaw. Good morning,
present
sir.
po. Good
Yes
morning.
po. Sir Lazo.
Present po, ma'am.
Good
Present.
morning po. Sir Magat is here. Good morning, sir. Okay, Sir Mijares.
Hello, ma'am. Good
Mijares.
morning. Present po.
Okay, good morning, sir. Sismaet. Sir Sismaet.
Present po.
Good morning, sir. Sir Tudaw.
Morning, ma'am. Present po.
And we have Sir Didon.
Present po, ma'am. Good morning.
Okay, good morning po. Hindi ko alam ba't malabo yung camera ko, biglang lumabo yung cam ko. Anyway, kindly open your cam. Ano lang po tayo? For attendance lang po natin. Hindi po. Is everyone here? Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay na po. Wala. Sino po yung ating reporter number 3? May I know please? Sino po yung reporter number 3 natin?
Mama ko po. Apostol.
Okay. Po. Pwede sir, ready na po ba tayo for the presentation for today?
Apa, sige po.
Sige sir. You may share your screen sir. Sige po. Sige. Makikita na po namin sir. Okay?
Sige po.
Yeah, okay po sir.
Wait lang po, ma'am. Medyo may lang po yung internet.
Okay, sige lang sir. Bidding to wait sir.
Nasa school din po.
Ay, opo.
Hindi ka marinig.
Bakit?
I can hear naman sir. Okay naman po yung audio.
Ang bagal. Mute ka lang. Hello po, good morning po.
Good morning, sir. Sige po.
Yung topic ko po ngayon is Science and Technology Policy Analysis in Developing Countries. Wait lang po, medyo matagal po yung... So yung objectives po natin ngayon is to discuss the role of science and technology to nation building. Yung next po is identify the science and technology innovation policies and plans. Lipat lang po ako ng Wi-Fi connection kasi medyo matagal yung internet.
Ay, sige po, sir. Sige po. While waiting for Sir Apostol, so again, on Saturday po, meron po tayong asynchronous class, so wala po tayong face-to-face, and wala po tayong munang class, both for as online and the face-to-face class, because I'm going to attend a summit. Okay, so, but I'll be leaving po an activity. So, ipopost ko po sa 21. Anyway, the submission of which will be, okay, basta ano po yung usapan natin, ang submission natin all of the requirements will be submitted on or before January 20. Tama po ba? As what we have agreed last time. Hello? Naririnig pa po ako?
Yes po, madam.
Yes po.
So, ha? So I'll be posting, anyway, I'm going to explain for today, and then that is a case study. So I'll be presenting what would be the content. That is still a requirement for the subject. So once again, submission of all requirements will be until January 20. If you could submit it earlier, much better, but definitely all requirements would require a hard copy. If included ito pong ating presentations. So dun po sa ating table, I think I have indicated that submissions of all requirements hard copy will be on January 20. Anyway, I'll also be requiring soft copy. Maglalagay po ako ng assignment tab dito sa MS Teams po natin. But definitely, all of them should have a hard copy po. Clear po tayo doon?
Yes, ma'am. Clear po.
Clear po.
Yes po, ma'am.
Thank you. Sige po. Ngayon na po si Sir Apostol. Yung ating next reporter, so we have si Sir Gusto, nandito na po ba? Sir Gusto, are you around? Wala pa po.
Naka-integrate sa kwan kasi yung kailangan internet yung
Wala talaga si Sir Gusto. So I guess we'll have Sir Gusto next meeting. So next meeting po natin will be on the 28th of October. So let me ask the reporters, which do you prefer po? Online po ba tayo o gusto niyo ng face-to-face?
Mas maganda po siguro ma'am online na lang.
Online po. Sige po. Okay. Online po tayo ha. So on the 28th, so still we'll be having an online class po. Okay. So yung mga reporters po natin for the 28th, so we have there, sino po ba yung mga naka-assign doon? Check. Sino po yung ating 28? So those are group numbers.
Topic 4 and 5 po ba yun, ma'am?
4,
So,
5, 6 po, ma'am.
4, 5, 6. Oo.
4, 5, 6. Okay, tatlo na po ano. So, that will be on the 28th. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Kung masingit po natin si Sir Gusto, kung medyo probably hindi naman ganun kahaba, isingit na lang po natin. Okay? So, online pa rin po tayo on the 28th. We agree on that?
Yes po.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
sige
Yes,
po.
ma'am. Yes po.
Sige po. Okay? I think, okay na po tayo?
Hello po.
Yes, sir.
Mahina po yung net ko, ma'am. Hindi siya masyadong, kasi naka-integrate po yung MS Teams sa internet. So, kailangan talaga ng malakas yung internet.
Pero, Sir Rafi, medyo tuloy-tuloy naman yung audio mo
Okay,
ngayon.
opo. Much better
Or
naman
nasa
siya.
laptop lang po.
Oo.
Siguro,
Siguro,
sige, try ko lang, sir. Sige po.
Probably kahit hindi mo na po mag-open ng cam, kasi minsan pag naka-open ng cam, medyo nagkakaroon ng problem eh. Kahit audio lang po in your presentation, okay naman po siya.
Visible
Visible
naman po,
naman
ma'am.
po sa atin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir
Sige,
po.
let's start.
Sige po.
So, my topic today is about science and technology policy analysis in developing countries. The objective of this presentation is to discuss the role of science and technology to nation building. And next is to identify science and technology innovation policies and plans. Wait lang. So, science, technology in nation building for global perspective. Science and technology has an overwhelming impact to rapid development, implementation of science and technology in every nation, in every of life is the greatest evidence of modernization. Convenience, simplicity, and easiness in everyday living has been offered by the introduction of modern gadgets. The absence of modern equipment in all sectors or any other field, the advancement and benefits that being experienced today would not have been possible. In global perspective, moving on with the flow of modernity determines the nation's capability to sustain its people's lives. Such is the influence of science and technology for the development of nation. Countries are being categorized today based on economy and application of science and technology. It can be analyzed from various reports that countries which have a strong base in science and technology are the ones that are developed faster. So, sabi dito is, nagbe-base daw yung development ng countries sa science and technology. Kung gaano kataas yung investment mo sa science and technology, ganoon din ka-progress yung isang nation or isang country or the country. Next is, ito po yung science and technology applications. So the first one is the societal development. The role of the science and technology in societal developments is science and technology hold the key to the present and the future development. Technology plays a fundamental role in wealth creation, improvement of a quality of life, and a real economic growth and transformation in any society. Technology is the primary engine of economic growth. It is the key and the fundamental requirement for the value addition to raw materials and people. It provides the key to unlocking any country's potential in terms of decreasing overhead costs associated with the sourcing and creating employment opportunities. Science and technology education will not only prepare the youth of the country, but also prepare the youth for the development of the country. So dito sa societal, parang ini-encourage na nila yung mga kabataan nila sa science and technology para, kasi sabi nila yung mga kabataan yung pag-asa ng bayan. So nag-uumpisa na sila mag-invest sa mga kabataan para sa pagpo-progress ng kanilang country. So, inaalaw nila yung mga kabataan na mag-search about science and technology o pag-aralan yung mga science and technology para makabuild sila ng mga innovations para sa kanilang mga country. Next is the national development and the role of the science and technology to national development. Science and technology have been central in the progress of the development of virtually all the nations of the world. Science and technology are intimately connected with development because they have historical record of bringing advances that have led to healthier, longer, and wealthier, and productive, and more productive lives. They are the key ingredients to solutions to the most serious poverty, alleviation, and economic development challenges that we are currently facing and are likely to face in the future. So, pag-integrate daw po yung science and technology sa technology in national development. Sa national development po, parang ito po yung key para umangat po yung kabuhayan ng isang country. So, dito po, nagbibigay po siya ng mga work sa mga resident ng isang country. Tapos yun po yung nagbibigay ng help sa country para umangat yung kabuhayan nila. Sa agriculture naman, yung role ng science and technology in the agriculture. Advance in science and technology have facilitated higher yields, greater efficiency, and greater nutritional content in the world of food supply. So, ini-integrate daw nila yung science and technology sa agriculture para provide sila ng mas magandang food supply. So, magandang help ito yung science and technology sa agriculture kasi nakapag-create sila ng mga halimbawa tractor na makapag-help sa kanila sa pagbungkal ng kanilang lupa. Tapos makapag-provide din po sila ng mga gamot para sa pagpapataba ng kanilang mga lupa. So ito po yung mga role ng science and technology sa agriculture. Tapos sa poverty alleviation naman po. Science and technology have been central in the progress made to date in the fight against poverty and in simulating economic growth. Advances in science and technology are in many ways and ultimate global public goods. So sa poverty alleviation po, kapag in-integrate po yung science and technology po doon, gaya po yung sinabi ko kanina, parang magka-create po sila yung science and technology ng trabaho para sa nation. Sa health naman po is yung role ng science and technology sa health, nakapag-create po sila ng mga new equipments or devices para makapagtulong po sa kapag gawa ng mga gamot or mga technology na mas mapabilis po yung paggawa at mapaparami yung paggawa ng mga gamot. Sa affordable energy naman, yung role naman ng science and technology dito. Nagka-create po yung government or yung isang country ng mga renewable source of energy like solar, windmill, and biomass. Isa din po na role ng science and technology is to economic growth and rural development. Science and technology are tragically important to economic opportunity and growth. For many years, policymakers have suspected a close link between economic growth and productive investment in science and technology. First, the industrial revolution of the country and have had most science and technology capacity and have grown faster and present faster. Scientifically and technologically advanced countries have become increasingly wealthy and their rates of growth have not diminished as this occurred. So sa economic growth naman po, yung role ng science and technology, parang nagkakapag-create sila ng ng mga trabaho, gaya po ng sinabi ko kanina, is nakakapag-create sila ng mga more jobs para sa growth ng kanilang country. Sa water supply naman po, yung role ng science and technology dito, makakapaggawa sila ng maraming paraan kung paano mapabilis o mapataas yung supply ng water sa isang country. Sa education naman, ito naman po yung role ng science and technology education. Parang binibrief na niya yung mga youth, mga kabataan about science and technology. Sa environmental management naman po, nakakagawa tayo ng mga monitoring system para sa environmental sa impact ng environmental sa ating country. So kaya ng humidity and temperature monitoring. So doon sa environment, yung impact noon sa environment is to parang makakapag-create tayo ng or mababawasan natin yung mga cost ng pagkasira ng environment. So next is the Science and Technology Innovation Policy. So tatlo po yung bansa na prepare ko, Singapore, Thailand, and Laos. The policy of the Singapore Science and Technology Innovation and Policies. First, the nation. These are the policy, innovation and policies of Singapore. First, the National Technology Plan in 1991 to 1995. So, under the National Technology Plan, yung promotion of output-oriented, industry-oriented research through cooperation between government and research institute and industry. As prioritized field, manufacturing technology, IT and electronic material, energy, water. Ito po yung mga pinafocus nila noong 1991 to 1995. Technology, manufacturing technology, IT, electronics, materials, and energy, water, environmental, biotechnological, and medical. Next, for the second policy is the National Science and Technology Plan in 1996 to 2000. So nag-allocate po sila dito ng 4 billion Singaporean dollar para dun sa plan nila dito sa National Science and Technology ng 1996 to 2000. Attraction of R&D units and multinational corporations, human resources development, support to R&D center of MNC. So dito sa second policy nila, nag-focus na sila sa research and development of multinational corporation, pati sa human resources development, support sa R&D. Sa third naman po is the Science and Technology Plan in 2005. So nag-range yung policy nito from 2001 hanggang 2005. So yung inallocate nila na budget dito is 6 billion Singaporean. So yung role na ito is human resources development and recruit of global human resources. Promotion of business academic collaborations by A-STAR and EDB. For A-STAR to further boost research capabilities in Singapore, nag-allocate sila ng 4 billion Singaporean para sa A-STAR to further boost the research capabilities in Singapore. Tapos 2 billion Singaporean dollar for the EDB to encourage attraction of research and development intensive corporations. Isa din na under the Science and Technology Plan is the investment to biomedical sector. Biopolis established in 2003. The fourth one is the Science and Technology Plan of 2010. Nag-allocate sila dito ng 13.9 billion. Nag-focus yung study nila, yung plan na ito sa research and development ulit. Research and development expenditure to increase the DGP by 3% in 2010. Next is to identify water and environment and interactive media and digital media as new economic strategic sector to support R&D work undertaken by corporations and enhancing the business academia collaborations. Industry Alignment Fund program launch. The fifth is the Innovation Enterprise Plan of 2015. Nag-allocate sila ng budget ng 16.1 billion Singaporean dollar. The purpose of this plan is to invest into basic research into future innovation, recruitment and development of human resources, enhancement of competitive fund, and promotion for further strong business academia, collaborations, support for specific research field expected to bring positive economic outcomes, support for technology transfer and industrialization. Ito po yung mga related organizations. The Research Innovation and Enterprise Council, Agency for Science and Technology Research or yung A-STAR, National Research Foundation or NRF. Yung definition of terms, Research Innovation and Enterprise Council, RIEC. RIEC is a decision-making body that provides strategic direction for national research and development. It has two main goals: to advise the Singaporean Cabinet of national research and innovation policies and strategies to drive transformation of Singapore into knowledge-based society with strong capabilities in research and development, and to lead the national drive to promote research, innovation, enterprise by encouraging the new initiative in knowledge creation in service and technology and catalyze new areas for long-term economic growth. Next is the Agency Science, Technology, and Research or yung A-STAR. A-STAR currently oversees 8 engineering institute and biomedical specified institute and is leading industry-oriented research and development through promotion of industry academia and corporations. Next is Thailand. So Thailand Science and Technology Innovation and Policies. In 2004, Thailand launched the National Science and Technology Strategic Plan of 2004 to 2013. For priorities of technologies selected are information and communication technology, material technology, and biotechnology, nanotechnology. So under the Information and Communication Technology is the ICT Plan of 2007 to 2011. National Information Technology Policy of 2001 to 2010. Under the Material Technology naman po is the National Material Technology Strategic Plan of 2006 to 2015. Biotechnology. Under the Biotechnology is the National Biotechnology Policy Framework of 2004 to 2011. Next naman is Nanotechnology. Under the nanotechnology is the Nanotechnology Strategic Plan of 2004 to 2013 and the National Technology Policy from 2004 to 2013. In 2007, National Research Council of Thailand or NRCT developed the National Research Policy and Strategy for 2008 to 2010 and set the following 4 goals. These are the 4 goals. To secure a research budget of 1.3% or more out of annual government budget. Next is to set the total research and development expenses of the country to 0.5% or more of its GDP. Next is to make the research investment in private sector equivalent to public sector. Next is to make the current status of science and technology in ASEAN countries centered for research and development strategy, Japan Science and Technology Agency, 67 Thailand research personnel ratio of 8 per 10,000 people. Kaya nalilipat. Ayan. In 2008, in addition to science and technology policy, the innovation policy was developed. National Science Technology and Innovation Policy Office, or STI, was established under the National Science Technology and Innovation Act, STI Act, on February 13, 2008. The STI is an autonomous public agency that operates in compliance with the policy guidance from the National Science and Technology and Innovation Policy Committee, or NSTIC, chaired by the Prime Minister of Thailand. National National STI Master Plan of 2012 to 2021. The National Science, Technology and Innovation Master Plan of 2012 to 2021, referred to as the National STI Master Plan of 2012 and 2021. Its goal is to unify science and technology innovation commitments among public agencies to strengthen the collaboration with and among the private sector, academics and research institutes. The following strategies and measures are mapped out to develop these vital factors, resulting in human capability development programs. First is the science education improvement through inquiry-based learning. Second is the vocational skill improvement through work integrated learning. Third is enhanced university industry research institute collaboration via cooperative education and improve the academic or research personnel mobility. Fourth is the infrastructure or enabling factor development programs such as the Regional Science Park. 14. Industrial technology assistance, tax intensive 15, and innovation financing. Next is the Laos Science and Technology Innovation and Policies. Article 5. Fundamental principle concerning science and technology activities for science and technology should follow the principles below. The goal is to guide industrialization and